This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show. This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show.
YouTube, what is up? I'm your homeboy Josh, back at you with a look at the Boreas RTA from Augvape. Sent it over free for the purpose of this review. So come on in here, let's take a look at this thing.
Well, YouTube, today we're taking a look at another RTA from Augvape, the Boreas. The Boreas comes in a box very similar to the Vaped RTA, which we saw the other day. The Boreas breaks down into a ton of pieces. You've got your drip tip, you've got your chimney with the juice fill port, you've got your juice flow control section, you've got your tank. I like that the tank comes out completely and easy to break down, easy to clean. You've got your juice flow drip section, airflow control section, you've got your build deck, and you've got your base section. And not only that, you get an extra glass tank and you get an extra build deck. Yeah, it comes with 2 build decks. Not a whole lot of devices come with 2 build decks, man. That is a really nice touch, Augvape. Kudos, really nice. And of course you get a big old bag of extras too. Ton of O-rings, and you get a bunch of extra screws as well. The good stuff, you know, Allen key, that kind of stuff. Look at all the pieces, man. Look at all these pieces. Putting this thing back together, it's like a puzzle. It really is. So, I mean, break it down to clean it as little as possible is what I gotta say, because putting this thing back together, it's like part A attaches to part B, attaches to part C, which adheres to part E through part D. It's really confusing. There's a lot to putting this tank back together, let me tell you. Anyway, here's the deck. This velocity style side tension quad terminal 2-post deck. It's a mouthful, just say velocity style deck, it works. And you get 2 of them. It's awesome. Juice flow holes in the bottom of this thing, right? Where have we seen that before? Yeah, the Boreas RTA with a really unique juice feed system. Basically, juice is going to come on down the sides of this tank through those juice flow control holes, down through the bottom of the base, and back up underneath the coils, underneath the well. At least with the Boreas RTA, whatever, I had to build like a coil down the center so that it would feed the way I liked it. I'm gonna see how this works once I get it all built. See if this can handle dual coils or if it's really just another single coil RTA. And I like that the way it's designed, because you can have 2 decks built and just switch them out like this. And not only can you switch them out, you can switch them out without losing any juice. And the threads, Augvape, the threads on the Boreas, they're gorgeous. They are silky smooth, beautiful threads. The metal on the Boreas is thick, nice metal. Guys, this is what I want to see in the Alaria. These kind of threads, this thick of a metal. The Boreas feels like quality, like a really quality product. It's really well made. This section also houses the base of the chimney and the inner airflow section. There are 4 airflows cut into either side of the RTA here. The airflow ring fits over this. It's a nice metal airflow ring, and you can close it off, opening up 1, 2, 3, 4 of those airflow holes. But as you do, the juice flow is restricted more and more. The less airflow you have, the less juice flow you have. The more airflow you have, the more juice flow you have. It's interesting the way they decided to work that. I hope that when it's all the way open, the juice doesn't drown the coil entirely. And I hope that when it's closed off quite a bit, the juice flow is enough to keep the coils saturated. We'll see. Bottom section and the top section screw on together to lock the tank in place, and there we have our fully assembled Boreas. Let's head on up top side and see how it vapes.
Before I fill this Boreas back up, I did want to take a moment and talk a bit more about the threading. The threading is usually good, sometimes bad. Right now it's okay. You can kind of hear it probably. It's like that grinding sound. You know, right now it's, and then it doesn't want to thread. It's like intermittently bad threading. I don't know. Maybe it's the angle at which you put it down. Maybe it's, you know, the position at which you put it down. I don't squeak. You hear that? You know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I don't know. It's weird. It's like the threading on the chimney. The threading on the chimney is fantastic. Perfection. Buttery smooth on the chimney. The connection on the base section, though, sometimes it seems like it wants to cross thread, sometimes it doesn't. And the complete lack of knurling on this device drives me absolutely insane. No knurling is a real pain in the ass. Bad choices. But I gotta tell you, those are my only real gripes with this device. Intermittently bad threading and no knurling. Fix those two things, it's a win. A complete and utter win. I mean, you just pretty much dump juice in here. And before I fill it, I close down the airflow completely, close down the juice fill completely. Happens at the same time because it's the same control. And fill it up there so there's no leaking while I'm filling this up. If you're not using this tank, you want to make sure that you close off the airflow because it will leak. It will leak if it falls over. It will leak if it's rolling around in your pocket. It will leak if it's in the bottom of a pocket on your messenger bag. It will leak. So you want to remember to close everything down when this is not in use. What's kind of cool is how the deck kind of locks on into the bottom of the base with that key and cutaway sort of system that they have there. Permanently places the deck so that the airflow comes in right at the coils. But you have to use it in a dual coil mode. If you use a single coil, you try to build between the posts on the deck. Airflow is going to hit it head on with the cotton. And when I build a deck like that, I like to be able to turn the deck or the airflow just a little bit to the side so that the coil is getting hit from the side instead of head on. So you can't really build a single coil through the posts here. You're kind of limited to a dual coil configuration. But dual claptons in here, turning it up to 140 watts to start out. I didn't even take a primer puff. Basically filled this thing up, opened up the airflow and the juice flow, took a hit at 140 watts. That's it. Can chain vape this thing. 0.11 ohm build. Let's turn it up. Straight to 170. Oh, fuck yes. Flavor. All the way open, wide open, nothing but flavor. I gotta tell you, I like it a little bit better with 3 air holes open. Oh. Heavy, heavy flavor. Fuck it. Let's turn it all the way up. 200 watts. Delicious. Of course, with that, I'm only taking like half-second pulls, but I can chain vape it. Dual fuse clapton coils at 200 watts. 200 watts, dual fuse claptons, regular horizontal build. You saw the build in the close-ups. 200 watts in a rebuildable tank? Are you fucking kidding me? Dual fuse clapton coils in a horizontal configuration? I hardly had to worry about my wicking here. My wicking, I basically cut it so that the wicks are just touching the deck, and I pushed the wicking off to the side completely. That'll improve the airflow underneath the coil, improve the flavor as well, and it just travels up the wicks better when I push them off to the side of the deck is what I find with this. It's unreal. It's unreal what this tank can do. 8 milliliter tank. 8 milliliters. Of course, burns through juice pretty quick when you're vaping that high. Burns through it. Clouds are ridiculous. Ridiculous on this tank. Flavor is awesome. Pure awesomeness. Augvape, the Boreas is wonderful. You did a great job with it. Okay? It needs a couple changes. That's it. Just a couple little tweaks. One of them, knurling. Knurling is a big one. You need to have better knurling. And these threads. Threads are on your products, Augvape. I don't get it. That's where they lack the most. The threads in the chimney on this tank are perfect. But the threads on the base, intermittently terrible. I don't get it. It's like they'll work for a little while and then they're just tight and they're terrible, and I'm worried I'm going to cross thread it. I don't know why. I just feel like you guys need to really machine your products better. Other than that, you do good work. You're capable. I know you're capable because the chimney section's perfect. So if you can machine the rest of your threading so it's just like the chimney section on this tank as well as on the Alaria, you guys would have something. You guys just need to focus on your threading and remember to put knurling on everything. It's fantastic. So anyway, guys, today's my birthday, April 9th. Happy birthday to me. That's the Boreas from Augvape, and until next time, I'm your homeboy Josh. Vape on, vapors.